Yeah.
We're around the.
Okay, we're ready. Oh, video order. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Certification of compliance with open meetings.
Yeah, posted on the door and on the website last Friday.
Roll call.
Brophy,
Yes.
Tuzinski, Hose,
Yeah.
Schaefer,
Here.
Kraus,
Yep.
Moore,
Yeah.
and Tofar.
Yeah.
Does everyone know Robert? Do you know everybody here, Robert?
Not the officers. I know Sean. There's another Bauer there, right?
Really?
A lack of those, right?
Okay.
This is Officer Barlow, and I was gonna introduce him to my report. That's our part-timer in training, Mason Boots.
Okay. So if any of you know, I live in Bonet's house. We bought Jeremiah's house. 2 years ago in April. So that's where we reside, myself and my wife.
Oh, we sit across from your driveway all the time.
Right?
You sit across the.
Yeah, just take some donuts once in a while. I can do that.
Okay, agenda order changes or corrections.
I had one deletion to do. 12G on your agenda was a copy from last week or last month that I forgot to delete, so we did that already. We don't have to do that one again.
Public comments? Nobody here? No, wish to speak, so we're good to go. Announcements?
Minutes first?
Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, we skipped over
Oh,
minutes.
just
We can go back.
approval of minutes.
I actually have them this time. Last time I forgot the March 9th. I didn't have those completed in time for the meeting,
I
so
can't see it.
we got the March 9th meeting minutes and the April 13th meeting minutes.
Both.
Second.
Been moved and second to approve both those minutes. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? We have no public comments. Now we'll go on to announcements. How's that?
That's good. Just a reminder, Board of Review is May 14th on Thursday, 6 to 8. And then joint fire, or that's when, is that when? Oh, no, that's Thursday, right?
It should be Thursday, joint fire ambulance.
And then joint fire and ambulance is the following week on the 21st.
We're gonna need you guys there because we're gonna be voting on
Come on.
spent contract. Okay. And which, what happened in the town of Sherman, nothing's gonna happen. We needed a quorum at that point. Right, I can need you guys there.
If you can't be there, okay. We might think about, in the future, like appointing alternates.
It's not in our bylaws.
Oh, you have to change that first.
And that's something you should bring up.
Yeah, we can do that then.
Sherman been represented.
They haven't been around for 2 years.
They haven't been there.
Occasionally they'll come,
And
but
now the chairman resigned and Howard resigned. It's a long story. Okay, thank you. Public works.
yeah, Ethan didn't get the report.
Kind of bringing the whole thing here.
The Public Works report, we didn't get in paper copy, so.
I can do water and. For water, they just finished, they got all the results back for PFAS testing last month, all good. Distributing their lead and copper DNR mandated bottles this week to be picked up. Next week, there's 20 sites they have to do.
Who gets to be in 20 sites?
That was chosen by them guys and approved by the DNR.
The target was houses that still had
Older than,
ideally galvanized piping in it.
it'll be older than 83.
Yeah,
That's a lot of them.
actually, it's
I
hard.
think with no upgrades.
Yeah, it was hard to find 20 sites.
They can't have anything switched to PEX because it's got to come out of the kitchen faucet.
We used to have 10 sites, but then when well number 7 was put online, the DNR added 10 more sites because we qualified for the higher number of tests. We don't.
It's just.
No, you gotta do.
You still have to
You
do
gotta
the test.
jump through the hoops.
And copper is an issue too. So there's a hope that in the
Pretty
future,
soon PEX will be just waiting. That's plastic, okay? Microplastics. We're all doomed.
in the future, we'll hopefully go back to 10 sites. They cleaned well 6.
Yeah, they cleaned and serviced well 6, the biofilm cleaning every 6 months. And I don't know what else we had, but we did 2 loads of coal patch on most of the roads. Never any battle on some.
You got more coal patch and you got real stuff.
We did, they seeded down the volleyball courts to hopefully have grass grown by Spencerama. We took the volleyball courts out of here and fixed a bunch of the potholes and stuff. Finished all the street sweeping for the most part. For the first time for the spring. Yeah, that's all I can remember now. I don't remember what we wrote down.
Yeah, yeah, Trevor replaced the chips in the biofilter.
Oh, yeah, the biofilter.
Otherwise, people are still complaining about the smell.
The fine screen is back in service now. They got that working in the Headworks building. And sludge samples were taken. They'll be working on sludge applications in the next month. That's about it for them, I guess.
Any other questions for Mike? Thank you, sir. Police case report.
Right, during the month of April, officers handled 220 calls for service, issued 19 traffic citations and 63 non-traffic citations. 7 written ones. Brad and I attended what's happening in Spencer's event, happened here at the municipal building in the community hall there. We met with community members and talked about things that are happening with the police department. And then officers continue to address nuisance properties on North LaSalle Street and South Monroe to ensure compliance. Citations have been issued almost every day. And that's where the 63 non-traffic citations come from. Those properties.
Do they care?
So we have a court trial coming up on June 25th. For the citation on both places. Just LaSalle Street. And then again, Officer Hoops has been with us for about 4 weeks now. Hold on a second. That is Mason. He's almost done with his training, I think, so.
Make sure I knew that school had a road named after him.
Yeah. How are you related to? Huh?
That's.
Lloyd, how Lloyd would be.
My great grandfather, on my dad's side. That's something new that, yeah.
You're all in line. Sean, anything else? Okay, thank you. President's comments, I have nothing. New business, discussion possible action on changes
Thanks,
to
guys.
the. Discussion possible action on the changes to the shooting range rule.
So we had a meeting where we talked about the potential for changes to some of our rules. The rules are on the top part of the page. And then possible changes included things like adding archery signs only to the archery range. That actually was done a couple weeks ago. Potentially designating archery only days, changing of the range hours, closing it during deer gun season, potentially limiting rate of fire. Those were the low hanging fruit that we kind of addressed at that meeting. And I guess this is something that we want to address now and
Yeah, let's get it done with.
Couldn't.
Well, the easy one is range hours. Like I said, I think we changed that. You know, from 8 to 7 in the summer and dusk, or some combination thereof. I mean, that's very 8 to something, and then as the seasons change, say dusk, because in winter when it's 4:30, you don't want someone going out there saying, well, it's still open. Like, no, it's not. So change range hours for sure. Being closed during deer season. Another very easy one.
Do we want to just work through them one at a time?
Yep.
Are there hours that you want to see? 8?
I'd say, I think 8 to 7 or 8 to 6:30, somewhere in there is what I would think, and dusk.
So some of the ranges, I sent you some screenshots of other ranges in the area. And some of them have the summer hours and then they have winter hours as well.
Yep.
Instead of 10 to 6, it's not even like 6 PM in the fall or, spring.
So that's what you say, put dusk.
So you can't put hours down. Maybe
Just put dusk. Yeah.
Well, or you
And
could,
once you feather out of your 6 o'clock and it's dark, dusk, catches that. That's a catch-all. If it's after 6, it's still dusk.
You'd say dusk on there now.
It says dusk right now, but right now dusk is 9:30, 10 o'clock.
So we should almost have summer and winter hours.
Because if they're violating the dusk now, what's to say they're not gonna violate it
Right.
at other times?
Right.
Yeah, I think you want hours.
I was gonna say, can't you say like 15 minutes before sunset?
At 15 minutes, but yeah, I know that because they wanted to have like limited hours in the summertime. That's what I'm saying, like 7 or 15 minutes prior to dusk.
No, but I mean.
Yeah, you put a
winter
double,
hours.
put a double stamp in there that has, here's a hard stop during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, once we get creep beyond that time frame, then there's you gotta be out of here.
Well,
And some of that'll help with the gate.
you're saying, you want hours set, just dawn to dusk.
Right. In the summertime,
Summertime.
in the
Because
summertime, it doesn't get dusk till,
what I'm getting at is,
Yeah.
I wanna make sure it's something that really is enforceable, guys, and I think you have to do it by the hours. So, I mean, otherwise you're gonna have these guys, I think, arguing about when it's dusk or when.
Well, that's what I mean. If you say so many hours or minutes before sunset, like driver's license, you gotta, and remember going through driver's ed, it's like lights have to be on, right? I mean, because after summer, it's a slide, how are you gonna do that? Sunset is,
Come fall, set it at 4 o'clock.
I was just gonna look and see when daylight savings was.
Hopefully they're not doing that shit anymore.
oh, sure.
Well,
They can't agree on
but
shit.
Al's point, the last,
November 1st is when it switches.
Al's point the last time around was that he wanted to look at comparable sites, so that we were the same as Marshfield, whatever, so everybody is now mixed up on stuff between.
well, like I said, Marshfield isn't a public range.
Right.
That's a police range.
Well, yeah,
Still their hours are.
Whenever they're open, because you can't shoot there.
yeah,
I can't go there.
just the police.
Just-
exactly.
oh, I thought.
No, it's closed. That's not
well, I thought it was-
And the sportsman's club is private, so.
that's private. This range, you can't go to.
I unfortunately,
minutes before sunset?
Yeah, we want
Then you're splitting hairs like the DNR.
So that's why
Oh,
they do this thing because.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're splitting hairs like the deer hunt stuff,
Okay.
in my opinion. I say we set an hour. Then,
I think it's in full.
then Sean, they can't argue with him.
What do you want to
Well, I can guarantee you with all these rules, I'm gonna speak my mind. The range rules are the least of my priority when it comes to police business. I have more stuff going on in town than to go out there and patrol for that stuff. As far as hours go, I think something to be established that's clear and be understood. It's up to you guys.
So do. From, do 4:30. And then once we come back out of it, move it to. I mean, you can't even do that because it doesn't stay. We come out of it and it's still dark at 5:30, so you're gonna have like 3 sets of times.
Do you still have them?
Um,
Might email those to you or text them to you?
I think you texted him.
So my thought was make it and then just say 15 minutes prior to dusk. I mean, it's published every day when the sun sets or
Yeah,
prior to sunset.
prior to sunset.
And that's a catch-all, because then once you get past the Thursday catch, is if it's in December, which, I mean,
Every day you lose a minute, just like the hunt.
So Athens does April through September and then October through March. April through September is 9 to 7 and October through March is 9 to 4:30. The other one, Pyrrhus, was that the name of the city? Pyrrhus was April through September 9 to 6:30, October through November 9 to 4:30. So pretty much the same.
Yeah.
What town is that?
Pardon?
Them are specific.
yes, they're
Specific hours,
And they're
April through
receiving.
September and October through March.
That would make sense.
close for guns.
And then the last one was Portage County. They have a public range. So Portage County did what you're talking about. They have May through July, August through October, October 17th through October 30th, October 31st to November 20th,
You know, it's like,
November 21st to April 30th.
I think we can
Do it by
settle on,
Simplify it.
go with the one that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the trees.
So if we did April through September, 9 to 7 and
Yeah.
October through March, 9 to 4:30, 9 to 4.
Yeah, we can go 4, because 4:30, I mean,
Yeah.
if it's,
time it's dark.
it's starting to get dark, yeah. Let's everybody get the hell out of there while it's still lightish.
October
So
to,
when am I gonna use my laser sight?
At home.
In the field, across the street from their house.
Across the street, but
9:30?
9 to 7 and 9 to 4:30, or 9 to 4 rather.
And then close during gun deer season,
Yeah.
the 7
Yeah.
gun deer season.
Yep. Do you want to have any, designated archery only days?
Yeah, I like that Sunday and Wednesday.
Like Sunday, just because that's when
It's the
everyone
day
goes and shoots. That's when everyone goes out and shoots.
Well,
On Wednesday, I have no problem saying Wednesday, but the weekend that's when your public is off work and they're shooting.
I get that part, you know, but
What neighbors have off.
we're trying to appease the neighborhood too.
I understand. I'm trying to appease and help and then still make it viable for the community as well.
That's when we have shorter hours on Sundays.
Good, try that.
Like a noon to 5 or something?
So Athens does,
Or be done by
on Sunday, they do noon to 7 and noon to 4:30. They just
I
basically
would
start
say
late on
anything
Sundays.
Sunday, at least Sunday, be done by 3.
Because like I said,
Yeah.
and like I told Chris, and I'm not trying to argue with anybody, but we can close our range. I can go directly across and pound away.
Yeah, I know.
And there's nothing, there's no backstop over there. There's no sound control over there. There's no safety, anything
Yeah.
there or on both sides.
I know, but they can do that anytime.
Right, but if
No
they're,
control over that.
but if I have a choice, I'd rather have them shooting into that
firm.
berm well where all that lead and stuff staying put. That's my argument is that I'd rather have them there.
Well, if you want to have some shooting on Sunday, I'd say shut it down at 3.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure that people have the opportunity to still use it.
Yep.
I mean, because like I said, there's nothing to stop them from going on either side or across the street and doing the exact same thing.
So
But for the neighborhood, I would like to see some quiet time.
what about, so Sunday would be just a change of hours?
In the 3 on Sundays.
That's 1 hour less October through March. 3 hours less April through
Less
September.
people Sitting inside that one's too.
Yeah.
No, I know, I'm just saying.
Well, we had talked about that, Chris. The berm didn't get extended past the tables. Now, how did that ever come out?
Talking with the contractor, they stopped where they did to accommodate the wetland, where the wetland falls off. And the idea that we want to be able to access the property behind the range. So there's a big clearing on the east side of the range. That's basically where the parking area was for the old range. And that's where we wanted to put a structure.
The building back there.
And we can't, that's the only way to get around to that area. So that's why they cut it off just a little bit short there. And it's only a couple feet, but
Can a barrier fence or something go up to just ricochet the sound, you know, so it's not
yeah,
in the street?
potentially we talked
Oh, you're-
about
Safety for that.
Your muzzles, they're supposed to be in front of that concrete, so it's not
the muzzles.
sound all going.
Well, the muzzles are still in front of the berm.
Muzzles should be on front
Or,
of,
I mean, you know,
in the safety. area.
well in front of the berm.
Yes.
Yeah. But, we could talk about, like, we talked about physical things like putting up a wall or something like that at the end of that pavilion. But,
Did you mention somebody, you're gonna talk to somebody about noise and how we can direct it?
well, that gets expensive and that's kind of geared towards the next steps is trying to figure out, you know, what we're going to apply for grants. But we're not going to necessarily talk about that tonight, but that would be the next steps to figure out, you know, what we want to do, what are the next things that we want to do or build out there, and how are we going to pay for them. Just to go back to Sunday, then something else besides 9 to 3?
Yeah.
10 to 3? And then what about on Wednesday? Was Wednesday something someone
Archery.
wanted to do? Archery only? Yeah, it would still be archery only 10 to 3. So I mean, you could still, for those that wanted to use it for archery. Anything for a different day like Wednesday or some other day of the week?
You start getting too much, you're gonna have,
Too much
you're
confusion.
gonna have that,
Yeah.
this to that, there's gonna be this
I'm
long.
confused right now, just-
Yeah.
Okay. So,
9 to 7, 9 to 4.
9 to 7, 9 to 4,
9 to 3. Closed during the gun deer.
10 to 3 is what,
10 to 3.
10 to 3 on Sundays. Closed during the deer gun.
7-day season.
Okay. The changes in the hours would actually be put in ordinance so that Sean has something to enforce.
Sure.
So we'll get a draft ordinance written up.
To the existing or amend the existing ordinance to.
Yeah.
include those.
Yep.
That we don't have to change anything, except the hours inside.
Yeah. At least that's what I understood you wanted, Sean, was something to be in the ordinance that was enforceable that way?
That was operation for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Essentially,
Maybe we'll just make it official to get a motion then.
Well, you're gonna talk about rate of fire.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that something that we wanted to talk about too?
Absolutely not. Don't want to go down that slope. California's getting sued their pants off over it.
What's legal? What's legal?
Anything but full auto. Well, it's not legal. It's not legal today. You can't, unless you have this,
Bump stocks aren't legal, are they?
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So we're still, it's anything but full auto, because the only person who can use full auto is who has an SOT machine gun dealer's license. They're stupid rare.
You'll never stop that.
If the state starts changing rules, we wanna comply. Is my point. We don't wanna be.
Yeah, you want to watch that, because so you just gotta look at any other cases. They're being sued left and right because of this. You can't.
Wait, where did you say? California?
Well, they're being, yeah.
Well, let's think of California.
Just a 51st.
California's got they have a 5-round limit right now. And they just got thrown out and said that's unconstitutional. Can't.
Well, that's for carrying and hunting.
That's for anything. They had a 5-round max. And you couldn't have a magazine that had more than 5 rounds.
Oh,
Oh, guys.
So my 20 that holds 7 shelves
It's illegal there.
is illegal.
No,
Or was it?
Sold 7.
So you take the limit right out.
You don't, I don't think you want to put a limit at all, because it's whatever it's allowed.
Never gonna stop that.
Well,
Right, I mean, if you try to limit the 30 round mags, they'll just bring 6.5 shot.
Yeah, put 29 rounds.
It's,
Now you're getting really.
You're getting really picky, because I said, it's, you gotta watch that, because
And maybe,
people are being so,
So
yeah,
just take number 5.
yeah, I wouldn't mess with the mag, because it's whatever the law allows.
and how would you enforce it?
You can't.
Minus,
Right, it would,
you do what you can,
yeah.
choose the battles.
And then with 3 lanes too, I mean, you could have someone
4
shooting,
lanes.
4 lanes, sorry. You know, you could have, you know, someone shooting 5 rounds, boom, 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 and you wouldn't know the difference necessarily. Okay, well, just those hours of operation seasonally.
The grants, I emailed the DNR, and I haven't got hold of. No one's called me back from the DNR or the NRA for the grant program too.
Sure. But if we can get a motion then to change these, hours of operation in the ordinance.
I'll make a motion.
all in favor of the motion to adopt the new hours, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item B, before we go on to, couple,
Yep, we're ready.
I know, but right here.
What's that?
Jeremy's still on
Oh,
it, and my numbers can be changed too.
so, yeah, and if anybody has an update to the committees. Jeremy Chapman's no longer on the police commission.
Oh.
I forgot to change that
He
to,
plays by Kevin Clark,
yeah, Kevin Clark, is on there now.
and change my phone number.
What was, over here.
Wherever I
Well,
am.
here we'll get it too, yeah.
615-1844.
I'll change that. So the first one was citizen committees then.
Yeah.
We will end up with 2 vacancies right now, because we didn't get, anyone for the police commission to step up. So,
2 vacancies.
well, 2 vacancies on 2 different committees.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know, if Bill, you had mentioned somebody might come forward with.
I thought he was gonna.
Yeah,
Letter of interest, but apparently didn't.
yeah, I left him a message last week and I didn't hear back from him either. So that'll just give us a vacancy right now on the police commission. We can definitely advertise for it, yeah. I was hoping that the guy would come forward, and I didn't want to create confusion with that, but we can definitely advertise for it on the website, let people know. I had hoped to appoint him to the zoning board of appeals as well. That was the other position that Diane held. I'm not as worried about that, since I don't have a record of that committee ever meeting.
I was gonna say, last time zoning board of appeals met.
I don't have record of them ever meeting. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
So, everything else on the, citizens committee stayed the same. The planning commission members all agreed to serve again, assuming that Al and Jeremy both want to serve on the planning commission still. I'm the zoning administrator, and, Wayne Hagan is our joint review board member. The only other thing is different is that the committee that dealt with the, CBDG grant program, is off of the page now, because we don't need that committee anymore.
Motion to approve the citizens committee appointments. Been moved to second, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion and possible action on the approval of village board standing committee appointment.
So this is the same as well, just with, Robert, swapped out for Phil. That one I got right. So as long as everybody was comfortable with their committee positions, there wouldn't be a change to that. Board of Review members this year, are Jeremy and Bill, in addition to Harry and myself. Fire Commission wouldn't change. Municipal Court wouldn't change.
Motion approved.
Yep.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
Opposed? Motion carried. Item D, discussion and possible action on annual renewal of permits to exceed the pet limit. Looks like we have three of them.
Do they have to fill out every year for these three dogs?
That is the policy and our ordinance. So it is an annual requirement to get your license renewed or permit for 3 dogs renewed. And last month, we changed it so that I don't have to set out notifications every year. Just with the initial permit application, you have to send out notifications to neighbors within 300 feet to let them know that somebody applied for the license. All 3 of these got their application in. All of their dogs are licensed, and none of their dogs have had a complaint that Sean or anyone else from the PD shared with me. It's $50 a year to renew it, so it's not nothing.
To approve.
All 3 of them?
Motion to approve all 3 of the annual renewal permits. I'll second that. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item E. Discussion possible action on the purchase of a new mower.
The guys went back and got a 4th quote for that Altos mower. Very similar to the Bobcat, little different warranty. Price point was almost exactly the same. The Bobcat and the Altos were the only one that had the bagger that's emptyable from the seat. So it doesn't have bags that you have to get out and lift the bags out of the holder. It has an arm lever that you just release and then it drops the clippings on the ground. So I think the Public Works recommendation was to still go with the Bobcat. It was just a hair cheaper, but Jason got a chance to ride on the Bobcat and.
So both of them actually.
Okay,
I mean, did you check out the Altos also?
Yep, we went up there.
Okay, because
Went
for
up
the
to-
price difference, I mean, there ain't a difference there. So,
very much.
and you got local service there. Right, so, I mean, it's gotta be performance or something that you want to pick the Bobcat over the Altos.
Comfort, and I can't tell you what it's like, put mow on it, but everything I read on the internet, the bagging system is gonna be better on the Bobcat. Going with the Altos, I read reviews that occasionally gets plugged up, costs you time, unplug it, inconvenient. And you can tell which one is the better machine just by looking at it. You can tell.
I actually went up and looked at the Bobcat also, because I ordered a vector from the same place.
Yeah.
And it is a serious.
So do you feel the quality's there?
It is.
Good quality, the comfort, and I'm all about the comfort. Sit in my,
We can get you a donut, you know?
Jason, what do they do to them to make the travel speed that much faster? Do they have another sub transmission
they,
or something like that?
both of them have something different at the gear.
The high range.
Speed, I think
Yeah.
it is. And that's transport speed. It doesn't mow 19 miles an hour.
Right,
It doesn't
No.
mow.
right, but the way them hydros are usually set up, I figured they had to do something with the 2-speed.
So warranties on any of this stuff?
The warranties for the Altos and the Bobcat were pretty close, but the Bobcat did have a slightly better one at 2,000 hours instead of 1,500.
The better warranty.
All right, from what I've heard and what I've seen, I recommend, I'd make a motion, go ahead and purchase the Bobcat.
It's been made to purchase the Bobcat, second,
So I'm new to the system here. How long is that tractor gonna last? Typically, how long does a lawn mowing tractor for the PW, how long does it work? Last?
The bigger ones, like, you know, something that we'd spend this much money on, we'd hope for at least 10+ years
Oh,
out.
okay.
I'm hoping longer than that.
Yeah. He's gonna retire.
Depends on how many things get run over.
I mean, they get destroyed.
The nice thing is that Jason gets to take ownership of this machine right out of the gate. So every scratch, every flat tire, every blade chip is gonna be his fault. So.
So when we want them to. Correct. Where are they sold?
We get it through.
Scooter skins.
It gives us a.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty significant. We'll get a roll call on this then. Yeah.
Yeah, been moved to second, we need a roll call on this.
Brophy,
Yes.
Jazinski,
Yes.
Hose. Schaefer,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yep.
Moore,
Yes.
Hofar.
Yes.
How do you guys squawking about and stuff. Understood.
If the Bobcat dealer was in this area, I agree with you 100% about buying local. This is a much better machine building. It's gonna last a lot longer and it's gonna create Mike a lot less work. And be loading on and get back yet. I agree with you buying local and I feel bad too. I was a big promoter of that back where I came from.
Yeah, all right, okay. Item F. Discussion possible action on resolution 2026-3, League of Wisconsin Municipalities Transportation Resolution.
I didn't get a chance to share this with you in advance. It came last week. League of Wisconsin Municipalities wants to do some lobbying with the state, and one of the ways that they want to do that is through a resolution passed by local municipalities. Basically, just to ask for more money to be spent on roads. So they got a lot of whereases up here, basically describing the general condition of road funding in Wisconsin right now. Their 4 points are 4 of them, which are still very generic points. They're just basically trying to promote spending more money on local roads. So if this was something that you guys were interested in passing, you don't have to do it tonight. You could if you feel comfortable doing that. Otherwise, we can bring it back again next month to look at again if you guys want to take it home and read it. There was a
Sure looks like it's exciting read.
yeah.
Well, what's the downside? Any downside?
No, it's just, you know, they're just looking for support basically to take to Wisconsin, to Madison saying, you know, we need to spend more money on local roads. They're asking that the state provide adequate and reliable revenue growth for the efficient long-term planning and execution of state and local transportation programs, to include responsible and prudent use of general purpose revenue and bonding, to adjust any new and existing transportation user fees and other revenue mechanisms to sustain purchasing power in order to maintain and improve Wisconsin transportation infrastructure, and to ensure transportation continues to deliver for Wisconsin by adequately funding reconstruction, preservation, and safety investments on the state and local systems. So very, very generic statements. They just want to be able to take a list of, you know, 600 communities if they could get them to the state when they are lobbying for more money to be spent on local.
Sign the petition then.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
Second. Second by all in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carried. Okay. Discussion possible action on a village of Spencer social media policy.
I wrote this policy basically to address how we're handling Facebook and YouTube comments. When we make posts to Facebook and YouTube, those become public records. And in addition, the comments that are made on those pages become public records. And we are tasked by the state to save those. In case there's ever an open records request, somebody said, I want all the comments that were associated with a particular post, we would be obligated to provide that to them. The problem is that we're not in control of Facebook's archiving feature. So Facebook could decide tomorrow to delete all of our posts for any or no reason. And we would still be obligated to be able to provide the posts and those comments to the public if they asked for it. So that makes it, a pretty big burden for us to make sure we're keeping those recorded. There are a number of companies out there that will do that for us. Civic Plus is the one that I interviewed last week. And their basement level program starts at $4,100 a year.
What do we post on Facebook?
So the way it works right now is we have basically two different kinds of posts. We have posts that I generate out of the office. And when I generate a post, it goes to our website first, and then it gets shared from our website to Facebook.
Who shares it?
It automatically happens. Our website uploads it to Facebook automatically.
We have our record on our,
That's the one that's really nice because we can argue that the original post to our website is the original post, notice or whatever. And then the Facebook there is secondary.
oh, that's the way,
And that's really easy.
that's the way, and then we don't have to spend $4,100.
Right. But then we would want to disable comments on the Facebook side, or else we're going to have to, figure out a way to archive all those comments.
Yeah. that's-
Like Denmark. Huh?
Turn them off.
Turn them off.
Well,
Yeah.
Don't make it a problem to come in and talk. Do something where, you really gonna try and track all this
Yeah. It's
and
it's
spend
work.
that money?
Yeah.
Not now. I mean, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I said no.
so in the last 24 hours, my wife and I have both, because we were in our lake house enjoying Mother's Day. And so, of course, my daughter and son were there, and they're shooting out all these posts from Mother's Day. And all of a sudden, we see on there disappearing comments. Brand spanking new in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
You can turn
Delete
off
your-
comments. And so if anybody comments on your site, it automatically disappears in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Unless you turn that feature off.
Yeah. And people can delete their own comments, which would not,
You just gotta go into Facebook or post up, just change the setting to.
unfortunately, it is a process because Facebook, their business model is based on sharing, so they don't make it permissible to shut off comments globally. So you do have to remember after each post
Change.
to change the comment for each post to basically
Their
disable.
default is allow everyone and everyone to talk to you,
Yeah.
which drives me absolutely bonkers. So
Yeah.
you have to manually go in and change it each time to say, I don't want no one commenting.
And in fact, you can't actually do that either. There is no button.
There's a workaround.
Well, there is. The workaround is to
Pages,
restrict comments only to mentions.
okay, or if you go pages you follow, that's all.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't be able to follow any
don't
pages
follow.
either. Well, we have a couple.
No, it's.
We wouldn't have to. So that's the easiest one, is when we create a post. The other one is when we share something. So like currently, SKG or the school or a library or church or anybody will say, okay, we're going to do this event. Would you please share this on Facebook? And the policy would require them to provide that to me in a PDF. Rather,
Do it on our village website, but we won't do it on Facebook.
well, we can do it on Facebook still, but it would be done as a post that I would make with that PDF. So then the PDF that they shared with me would become the public record. And it wouldn't be a share from their page to our page.
I just want to avoid all this
It was-
sharing stuff, and I want to avoid $4,100 a year and all the.
Yeah,
Take
we-
the PDF, and you upload it to our page so it gets shared.
Right. And then
Spend
I
the
don't
money
either.
to go.
Well, and then this is just out of it. Just garbage.
They're trying to scare you. I got calls every month by those companies. Said I'll take my chances. The stuff, we posted lost dogs and community stuff and we didn't worry about nothing.
Yeah, we have had a couple of open records requests lately that have gotten really close to Facebook. And I just don't wanna, I don't wanna end up having to worry about that.
Don't go on that.
Yeah, just put it on our website.
And basically, if the public were ever to ask, why aren't we allowed to comment on your page? $4,100 a year is an awful lot of comment.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I mean, that's just a pretty easy thing to,
We choose not to. That's the end of story.
Story.
yeah. So the policy basically just defines social media as content that we are required to keep. Also includes that comments, messages, public participation, even direct messages to us through Facebook would also be records that we would be required to keep. If we choose to, we can disable commenting. And then the understanding that content from third parties will only be shared if it's provided with us in a format that we can store
Tracks.
and keep track of ourselves.
Yes.
And then the last part is just that it's Deb and my responsibility to implement this policy. And it is, should be clear, especially to Jason's point, that this policy does not cover the Village of Spencer Police Department's Facebook page or the Joint Fire and Ambulance Service Facebook page either. So if they want to come up with a similar policy or no policy, that's perfectly fine.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion. Make a motion to accept the Spencer social media policy.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion in 2025 Wisconsin Act 13, an act raising the maximum municipal court fee of $38 to $48.
This was passed last year. Well, it was actually enacted as of this March. So Marshfield actually brought it to our attention. Steve emailed me last week and said, hey, this new law allows us to charge $48 instead of $38. You might want to consider adjusting that rate. So each one of the three municipalities can set that rate at, as they want to. Marshfield is going to be changing their rate to the $48. I think it would make sense for us to do the same.
Houston, St. George, so.
Yeah, I'm sure Stratford will do the same as well. Of that $48, the state gets $5. The $43 that's left goes into the pot that we use to pay the court fees. And then based on the number of tickets and the number of cases that appear before the judge, we end up with the prorated cost associated with operating the court each quarter. And then that pot of money gets used to pay those fees. So this will just help us. Pardon?
Just,
Language is all the same, just change it.
And what we'll do is we'll pass a resolution next month then probably that just saying that we will increase that rate. I just want to see if this was something that you guys were interested in doing and then we'll bring it back to the board next.
Okay with me.
Hey, item J. Discussion possible action on redesignated lot number 54 of the Governor's 3 subdivision from a village park to a sellable residential lot.
I don't know if we ever actually had any resolution or anything other than just the idea that 54 was going to be a park. So 54 is right here. On all the literature that we had in the office, we did not indicate a number or a sell price. On the big board out in the industrial park, we actually did. So 54 was labeled as a sellable lot out there. It's probably not a great idea to put a park on a truck route.
Right.
it was pulled to a park right after we formed the subdivision just because of the wonky.
The shape of it is a little
Size.
for sure.
Size of it and Parks Committee
Yeah, we
thought
needed,
that
we
eventually
wanted something.
we should have
Yeah.
something
Something,
there.
a walking trailer that was gonna connect
Correct.
back up
Yeah,
through it
yeah.
for the walking trail.
I think we can find another area for a
Right.
park.
Yeah, I mean,
It's getting so heavy. Park traffic.
Yeah, we can find another spot for a
Yeah.
park.
Yeah.
And we can sell it. I mean, Bill, isn't this a nice looking picture?
what's that?
All those. I mean,
No.
compared to starting out,
Yeah,
I mean, that's almost 4.5 million. And once there's houses on them,
Yeah.
$4.5 million in revenue just for that. And I don't know, what's Wonderski's valued at?
or
4.something.
another four.
I mean, yeah, $9 million of tax base. I mean, this is what we were.
Like I
Yeah.
said, it was just a matter.
I just don't I agree that we should probably sell it. I just don't know who's gonna buy it if that wonky kid.
I have an offer. That's why I'm bringing it to, I'm bringing it to you.
Yeah. Good offer.
As far as it's,
Bill, you built the shed there?
as far as the wonky size goes, it's actually, by square footage, it's actually bigger than its neighbor. Almost as big as the corner lot. But we would, sell it for the $12,000 that's on the sign out at the board.
To approve.
Motion to
Yeah.
approve. Are you a second?
Second.
Pat,
Okay,
yeah,
Pat,
yep.
second. All in favor of this, say aye.
It's the polling.
Motion carried.
They buy, whoever buys that lot, they're gonna have to be damn sure they put up landscape fabric, so that doesn't go down.
Oh, they'll need erosion control
Erosion control.
for sure. Yeah.
Fill it in. Oh, we dug that all out. I don't wanna pay for that again.
And
Does that have water and sewer stuff to it?
It does.
Okay.
So there was at least enough forethought there that, at the engineering stage, they put them into all the lots. It was only later when it was picked out that this might be a good place for a park.
okay, that brings us to discuss some action on the approval of the current voucher.
There should be,
Seating, yellows.
yeah. Maybe I got the wrong one in the packet. Oops.
That city only information technology. That's a yearly fee.
That is a yearly fee. It's based on the number of computers that are maintained. And this is one of the CCIT invoices we pay each year. They're a little hard to see because Deb didn't print them in color. So the ones that are highlighted didn't get scanned, but ones that are different, Reister and Snell for 2896 was added to the packet after last Friday. And then XL Energy was added on the water side. This XL Energy one was added on the water side. We got that bill late. We get that individually because that's for well number 7. Normally, we get all cell bills at the same time. She did, but we did have to pay her the last time she worked, so. Now she's done. Yep. In fact,
Not complaining.
yeah, yep. Cleaning company cleaned the first time last week and they're also cleaning again tonight. And then the last one was security overhead door. Sewer plant had one overhead door that needed repair. So those 3 were added to the voucher list you guys saw on Friday. We have, do you want to say that for committee?
We can,
It doesn't matter.
All I'm asking is, have we heard something?
yeah,
Okay, that's not my question. That's all. You can discuss it with everyone. Any other questions? We can made to approve the voucher.
okay.
Second. Roll call.
Rolfi,
Yes.
Jazinski,
Yes.
Hose,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Tofar.
Yes. Brings us to the clerk's report.
Oh, yeah, we got a few building permits, another one for Willow Grove, which is nice. And another one for Hasdale, which is also nice for them. And then just a couple little things. Deck improvements to siding and doors. And then that sign that the FFA is gonna be adding to on the north side of town. We got a building permit for that too. I'm still going to NTC leadership class. Tomorrow will be my 8th class out of 10. We do have a work schedule for the Willow Drive project. Al's got a copy of it in front of him. If anyone's interested in looking at it, I can get you a copy. It's a
I haven't even looked at it yet.
it's a 40-day project. They are
I just don't see
tentatively,
it on paper.
you don't believe that it's gonna
I
happen.
believe it's real.
Yeah. Monday, June 29th would be day one, with them expected to be done by August 21st. We had our first commercial building inspector job with the multifamily residents in town, which was very nice. We met with the property owner. I talked to him mainly on the phone, but very eager to get his building in compliance. So it was a pretty positive interaction. I am going to be meeting with Marathon County Health Department tomorrow with the lady that does the inspections for our trailer parks, who has done our inspections for our trailer parks for 25 years
Last time she was here.
and has never knocked on our door before. So she was eager to say, "Oh yeah, I can come talk to you about the parks."
So I asked her how come she's never been here.
She has been here every year. She just hasn't knocked on our door. But she inspects the parks every year.
Well, I don't know what she's been inspecting. Going, gee, I guess this looks all right.
Yeah,
Question is, what is she inspecting?
she's mainly inspecting sanitation issues. So everything outside of the buildings themselves is what she's responsible for. So basically it's groundskeeping, tall grass, standing
I
water.
mean, all right. Did you really go into that trailer park?
Yep.
I really don't see her need to come over and deal with our festival food vendors if she can't even really do a decent job at trailer parks.
Yeah, and the problem that she has, which she was quite frank about, is that at the county level, they don't have police powers except to rely on the sheriff's department to issue citations.
Yeah, but she didn't do anything. We never even knew she
No,
was here.
well, she reported back to her bosses, and then, they worked on trying to get the courts to comply. But they don't have a stick because the sheriffs won't enforce ordinance violations like that.
Well, we should have seen a copy of it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we have seen a
Well,
copy?
and that's what I told her. I said, it'd be great to get your report so that we have something to look at when they come and want their annual license renewed from us. And she agreed. She's like, I can do that. And it might be the case that no one from Spencer ever reached out to her too, I guess.
Does anybody even know if somebody from the county was looking?
Yeah, the interesting thing is I only really learned that they were responsible for that through 3Cs.
Who pays for it?
Marathon County, it's a Marathon County.
Who's paying her?
Marathon
for these
County.
inspections?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how she gets, they have a license fee that each trailer or the court pays to her. But I mean, she's got lots of different hats that she gets her money from as far as that employee goes. One of them also being the food side of things. But yeah, she's gonna do the inspection tomorrow and then we'll have it in hand when we decide to renew licenses next month. And the last thing I had was our new deputy clerk treasurer will start next week, Monday.
Starts next week and Deb retires day after Spencer home.
Half day after.
Half a day, yeah, she's only giving us till noon.
You've got very strong for like that?
Yeah,
So you and I discussed
That'll be good.
auctions.
auctions.
So if you can just refresh my memory real quick. Clark Street, right? The one down.
98 is Clark Street,
No,
Willow Drive, goes,
Willow's one.
no, you and I discussed that lot in between the two residential, there was the concrete company.
Yeah.
The auction,
Yeah.
Wisconsin surplus.
yeah,
auction.
yeah. Yep.
So that money comes to us or it stays in Marathon County?
No, that money goes to Marathon County.
So the whole thing?
Yep, we were actually
Oh, you were.
already made whole on that.
Okay.
So as far as the taxes that were owed in any given year, the county gave us the taxes.
Okay.
Whether or not they were collected, the county gave us the tax money.
That's right. They eat the loss.
Yep, and then they also gave us the special assessment for the raise that we had on that property of 20-some thousand dollars. And they reimbursed us for that too.
And the school and NTC both get
Yeah,
reimbursed.
right,
Okay.
So
That's
then-
how the county takes possession.
yeah. But,
So,
well, I was gonna say that they're almost guaranteed to lose out on a property like this. So we are made whole, the other taxing jurisdictions are made whole, but Marathon County will take a loss on this type of.
So moving forward, though, that's a good thing for us.
It
It's
is,
been sold and now it has.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, that lot they get sold,
Yeah, it got sold 28,000.
yeah, I don't know who it is.
Scott Wausau.
Chester missed it $500.
$500. Well, you don't know how much higher the guy would.
It seemed, I was watching it, it was almost last second that he put his off.
Wow,
His
I would.
Yeah.
My
Those
biggest
are-
concern is if it would have sold at 11,000. Question then is, does it affect all our other assessments in the,
No,
No,
just because it's.
no, it's an auction.
no,
Grid, you
yeah.
know?
The county assessed it. And for the purposes of the auction, but our assessor assesses it at whatever, land is worth in Spencer. We will have potentially an issue to think about with that property because if, it'll be up to CAS basically to see if they're willing to let them use the road the way that they always have been. Because that road is shifted to the west. It's not even in the right of way at all.
No, but if we take our 60 feet out of the lot, that's all them big trees.
Yeah, but it also means a pretty expensive culvert to put in at 98 and then tear all those trees down and put in a new road. If CAS didn't want them to use that road. Yeah, so.
Any other discussion here? On the committee. Finance and personnel.
Got meetings on April 22nd, 23rd. Here,
Yep.
Stephanie Belinsky from Stratford.
You're welcome, you tell you 16 times.
So that's all.
Utilities and equipment.
We had a report or a committee meeting, and talking about the mowers, which we concluded tonight.
Did you want to mention that? The issue with the well 7 or?
Well, yeah, Max came in and, of course they want to balk. And I said, he agrees that, I mean, we do have a little liability on our side where, yes, if John would have tested the water and found no chlorine in it, we would have known. But, they said, why didn't you get, we weren't notified. Well, we thought it was a water leak. We're not going to notify you guys if we have a water leak on the village street. So it still comes down to they did not do their due diligence in commissioning the meters at, once they were installed. And Max agrees, and I said, listen, we don't want to be paying money out of our pocket for something that, yes, they got a little hook, possibly, saying, well, if you would have tested your water, you would have known it wasn't city water. Hindsight's always everything, but they didn't do their part of the job. So, he's gonna take that back. Wednesday, they got a meeting. So, I think we should fare okay, but I'm just frustrated that, even Ellis Stone no one wants to stand behind something that is their fault, And it's not a big dollar amount. You know, it's more of a principle thing to me. Somebody asks, well, what do you think I was told? They come back and just make this miserable. It's like, yeah,
Say, what kind of recommendation?
let's write a review. So we'll see how things turn out. I'm sure they'll come to some agreement, but you know, it's like. It's black and white, you guys didn't do what you were supposed to do. And we were looking at it like this is in working order and we're losing all this water. You know, where else can you lose that amount of water? Well, other than us testing for chlorine, they really, it's on them.
Okay, anything else? Parks and buildings.
Parks and Building met on April 20th, directly after the Utility and Equipment Committee meeting. We did approve, we discussed and approved a possible action on applications for raffle licenses to support the Parks Department.
Which they've already been approved. Or at least we have a call from them saying they will be approved.
And we had a discussion, possible action on a Spark request to install lights at the pickleball courts. We know that we don't want to use tax money for that. And there would be discussion with Becky on how to integrate the lights that would be installed there. I believe they have the poles paid for, correct?
Donated.
Okay, poles are donated. Okay, and it's just a matter of coordinating installation at some point.
But
Yeah, Anderson Electric will do it.
there was a couple questions. Of them or.
Yeah, just the idea of how, you know,
How it can be.
Put a meter.
versus metered and then switched
Yes,
potentially.
okay.
Yep.
And the third item was discussion of possible action concerning noise complaints near the village shooting range, which was discussed heavily tonight.
Thank you.
The only thing I bring up with parks is future meeting, I think we need to go over the pond on Park Street again. It's starting, and residents are on
Peach Street.
Peach Street, I'm sorry. Had a couple residents approach me and say, hey, when are you guys gonna do something over there? It'd be great to do this, be great to do that. I talked to Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Bought, like a biological remediation lilies, so you can buy a bunch of lilies and chuck them in there and that'll help kill the algae. Some kind of algaecide or something, but yeah, I think we need to bring it up at a future meeting.
Is that something you want to, you want
We can
to,
help fix that structure or fix that park.
do you want to schedule a meeting now or do you just want
That's
to
not-
make sure that's on the next one?
Not my meeting.
No, but it's your issue.
Well, I also want to look at the, with you guys have been cleaning back there a little bit, but we would look at the trees and shit back there again, or the stuff back there again. So we can make sure we keep that clean.
So Jeremy, would you like the committee to meet sometime?
I would like the community meets to address the public's concern.
There we go.
Sure.
I personally would probably need time to go over there, and scope it out.
Sure.
Just remember, it looks better than it used to.
Okay.
Do you want to wait and schedule something after you're back from
I'll be
your
back
trip?
on the 22nd.
Okay.
Have we did any maintenance on that?
No, I was just gonna say that I was back there last week one day and we need to take some gravel back. By the bridge, there's a
I
hole.
thought there was some maintenance.
Every year that washes.
Yeah, there's a hole down there to get a. I'll put something.
Something we,
Put some big rocks in there.
Yeah,
somehow.
and the toolcat just got taken in today to get that repair done for the insurance claim. So we're without that for most of the week.
Okay, health and emergency government.
No,
Okay, economic development, Main Street. Report, streets and sidewalks.
Chris and I, well, Mike had finished his sidewalk report. Yes, assessment. at some point, we're going to have to think about how we're gonna write. Take care of our sidewalks. There's on both sides of the story about where you need sidewalks, or you don't need sidewalks, and then what maintenance has to be done. And what are the requirements for maintenance? It gets pretty complicated in the end, so it's not an easy subject. I don't think it'll be implemented this summer, but if we could start on it this summer so that next spring we can start enforcing it. But again, would you have 800 pictures?
400 and.
400,
There are a
whatever.
lot of bad sidewalks out there.
We do. But
Somebody
again,
mentioned that in the past too.
There's never break.
but we haven't,
Karma for it.
if you don't have, well, it's because the sidewalk is bad.
I'll take them all.
That's an idea. See, that is. I won't say that.
On the major roads like 98, stuff, we probably need them there.
Okay, so I just brought that up, so.
Okay,
And we'll probably
Thank
be
you.
addressing some of the village pieces that are bad this summer.
Yeah, there are a few that we need to take care of our own.
I mean, we did this once, like 14 years ago,
For my was.
and people were required to make the repairs. Like every town or city I ever lived in, the way it is, you got a sidewalk in front of your place, bad repair, it's your responsibility to fix it.
Fix it.
Okay. Well, we gotta have. Our
Well, what do we have in our ordinance, Chris?
The ordinance does require property owners to fix a sidewalk that we have said
Right.
is deficient.
right, but what are the parameters? What dictates?
What, a level sidewalk with no cracks and holes?
You're gonna find a sidewalk that doesn't have a crack. Y'all got a crack somewhere.
Well,
We're lucky to most of them.
The only sidewalk I know that ain't cracked is the long nut steep that he just put in.
Yeah, we just need to come up with a list of criteria that's fair so that everybody knows that
so that's what we
if
should.
they're asked to fix their sidewalk, their neighbor is, not going away with something. So,
I know, that's the issue.
Okay. So we'll start working on that. Okay.
Again,
People that don't.
every time you write a rule, how do you enforce it?
There's a lot of them are just bad.
Look at our subdivision.
Trip hazards.
Nobody fixes the sidewalks. Nobody even walks on them. All walk in the street.
yeah. It's true.
There we go. Okay, that's all I
Okay, thank you. Fire and ambulance.
did mention.
Yeah.
That we have a meeting.
Yeah.
It's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we had everyone that
Yes.
could make it if they could make it.
Okay, thank you. Item 16, possible motion to enter into closed session for Wisconsin statute 19.851C.
Make a motion.
Motion to made.
Motion for closed session.
Is there a second?
Yes,
Second by Pat. All in favor? All right,
Who made the motion?
I did.
Sorry.
thank you. Second.
Thanks, Sean.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We are now in.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me hit pause.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Hey.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
It's.
Thank you, Don. What?